all ready to say bye-bye to 2020. It's gone. We are into 2021, and Happy New Year again, everybody. I want to know, and some of you have already been saying this, and I'll try to go back and see if I can catch up, but I want to know what was the worst, what was the worst thing that happened in 2020? And what was the best thing that happened for you in 2020? Sea Lions shares that her worst was no visitors, and the best was social media. And that's why I've done 50 times we did the Friday Night Live, you guys, and I'm so proud of all of you that keep showing up here with me every week, because I think this connection is important, and it sure helped me in 2020. So thank you for sharing that, Sea Lions. We did 50 out of 52 weeks, and I'm hoping to do 52 in 21, but I'm proud of that we all showed up for 50 out of 52 weeks every Friday night in 2020. So Deborah Alderman shares that she lost her business, and that was the worst. I hope I'll find, as I scroll through, Deborah, I hope I don't miss it, of what your best was. And Susan, I'm so sorry to hear of your diagnosis, and our prayers are with you. And she shares her best: extra time to spend walking dogs with her son over and over and over. Do drop in, same thing. She has nodules on her lungs. Thank you guys for sharing. I hope you're also giving me your best. I didn't ask for just your worst, so I hope you've shared your best too. And Linda, I'm so sorry to hear that about your friend. Those types of things are horrible always, but when they happen on a milestone, it makes it even worse. So, all right. So Brenda, her worst was isolation and canceled plans, and her best was had lots of time to work on her van and was able to get unemployment when she needed it. Thank you for sharing both of those things, Brenda. And Nomadic Healer, worst, dad diagnosed with cancer. I'm so sorry to hear that. And Sandy, Jam Van, the best was her number 8 grandchild. And I tell you what, Sandy is the one that shared last week. She gave my book to her 3 daughters. Her grandkids are just adorable. And Doreen says worst was pandemic, and best was her retirement. Woohoo! We'll celebrate that with you. Megan, Mino Ferry says worst was going into cardiac failure. The best was coming out of it. We are so glad that you did and that you're here. Thank you. Matilda, worst was losing 2 loved ones, and the best thing was spending quality time with her son. That's awesomeness. I think so many of us can say that in 2020, that, you know, when the world outside stopped and we went inward with, then it just made it so apparent, family and friends, how important. Vicky, worst 2000 happening, being hospitalized 6 times. I bet, my heart is with you. I hope that you also will share what your best was. And if I missed some, you guys, I'm sorry. Worst, losing a loved one, and best, spending time with family. I think we're going to just see that over and over. Julie, closed her company but restructured and is blessed to be mobile. No more rent and thriving. Glad that you are a nomad, Julie. Thank you for sharing. Oh, here we go. Nomadic Healer. She just shared what her worst was, and now she's sharing that she purchased her RV. Way to go, girl. Linda, she went and got help for depression. Good for you, and keep on keeping on no matter what. I speak from experience about that depression. All right. Kyle says, too many best, new job with raise, and live in a place with abundance testing. There you go. Jam Van is her health scare. I hear you on that, Sandy, and I just realized that in the last few days I haven't gotten an update from you. And Sandy is one of my good friends, and so we need to catch up, Sandy. And hey, Carol, in the middle of all of this, is saying Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, too. And Lynn says the worst is the isolation and grandkids missed visits. Yes, I hear that from so many people. So you have to share your best too, Lynn, if you would, please. Carol Springstead, worse, losing a sweet friend to COVID. He died alone and never got to retire. I hear you, Carol. Robert and I, one of our good friends, and we did a tribute to him, also died alone. Tony lost his or her. Tony, I don't know if it male or female. Aunt to COVID and found out. There we go, Grandpa. It is that you're going to be a grandpa in May 2021. Congratulations, Tony. And my cousin. I scrolled too far. My cousin Cindy. Worst, her little Cajun mama passed in July, and that would be Beverly. And best is Lord is still in control through all the cray-cray. Yes, that is so right, Cindy. Kathy, I lost my house and car and bought her bus. Oh, do drop in. Her daughter is recovering. That is so wonderful. Glad to hear that. Caroline, worst, brother got really sick and almost passed. Best, he made it and is doing better. Glad to hear that, Caroline, and thank you for sharing. And Isabel, worst thing, isolation and anxiety. Best thing, taking better care of yourself. Yay, got to applaud that. In fact, let's get some applause going here for everybody. Yay! Can y'all hear that? I can barely hear it. I hope y'all can hear it. Stacy says getting temp custody of her grandsons 7 and 4. The answer to both questions. I think every one of us on here can identify with that, Stacy, and we send blessings to you and your grandsons. And Carol says she has been cured of food sensitivity. I am so glad to hear that, Carol. Susan O says my ring is beautiful. Thank you. Robert and I shared our engagement and the story behind my ring and everything on our engagement video. Worst, had to stop full-time RVing and stay with your brother's family. We miss you out here, Pat. Best, got to spend a year. Oops, it went away. Got to spend a year enjoying being with her brother's family. There you go. And thank you, Caroline, for sending warm and loving vibes to Robert and his family. And I love this. Kyle is saying it to everyone, yay for the blessings and deep condolences for the griefs. And yes, that is so true. Kim, worst thing, missing family at Christmas. Best thing, getting to know her husband so well. I love that, Kim. Thank you for sharing. Worst, Vagabond Tip says, worst, working in a hospital, seeing the effects of COVID firsthand. And she has done ... So I think we're going to hear her best in a moment. Sharon, worst, in a 3-month time, we lost 2 fur babies, brother-in-law and mother-in-law. And best, I was able to work and not lose employment. So many have, Sharon, and thank you for sharing that. And I'm sorry about your losses. And I tell everybody all the time, there's always, always, always something to be grateful for. I promise. Lynn has shared her best was getting her Scooter, her rescue dog. Let's see, Debra says the best is that she can retire at 64, less for money, but younger is better. And she has found out who her true friends are since she lost her business. Willow's Whispers. Worst was homeschooling. The best was spending time with loved ones. Homeschooling got a lot of people Willow's Whispers, I promise. For 2020, Donna says worst thing that happened was grieving the loss of her spouse. I'm so sorry, Donna. And the best thing is that 2020 is gone. There you go. And so then I asked you, I cut off my COVID braid. And I asked you, what is it that you want in 2021? I want to write more books, and I want to for Robert and I to get a home that we can both live in comfortably and still get out in peace and quiet. Willow's Whispers, I know this probably isn't your answer to 2021, but I love what you said. You and your husband are retiring in 6 to 7 years, and you have a plan and are checking off every bill. For 2021, that is awesome, just to keep doing step after step after step to get to your ultimate goal. I love that. And Carol says 2021 will be great. Matilda says she wants freedom, tired of lockdowns, small business closures, and tired of wearing masks. Well, I have to tell you guys, that's part of why I did this glitter stuff. I got glitter on my eyes. I got glitter on my nails. I'm wearing like a glittery boa. But I went and did that to bring in 2021. And I saw something the other day that I think is probably a big factor. I can't say this word, but for the roaring 20s, like a lion roars, roaring 20s. I can't say that word. But that they were coming off of that horrible, tragic 1918 pandemic. And then they got out of that. And just like Matilda is talking about, they started dressing up. The dances got wilder. They did glitter. They wore the gold bands in their hair. The men dressed up, and I mean, I know that was a different time and a different age, and people just dressed differently and dressed up, and they didn't wear slippers and pajamas to grocery stores and so forth, and so I get that was a different age in and of itself. But I really believe a lot of that too was because of coming off the pandemic. Everybody was ready to party. Everybody was ready for the connection. Everybody was ready to dress up because they hadn't been able to in so long. And I had fun going and picking out the nail polish and getting the silly glitter eyeshadow that I'd never wear anywhere. And then putting that glitter hairspray in my hair. And Kim says that they're going to be traveling full time. Bring on the new. Congratulations, Kim. I'm so glad to hear that. And Linda is saying that 2021 is giving her a new start on the West Coast near her family. I love this. Thank you all so much for sharing. And I love this. Dewdrop in says, "Hallelujah, Deb proved doctors wrong." Well, God had a part in that too, but I'm grateful no matter. And Deborah Alderman says she wants to be free, going on keto, selling out, and moving forward, staying positive, and God is by my side. I love these 2021 things. Thank you. Sea Lions says to be able to go out in public again. She misses humans. I hear that. I got to tell you, I'm still one of those that's going to be as far away from humans as I can be. And the connection of just when you want it and need it, of being able to do it. I look forward to those days for us. Pat in the Hat, are you going to be able to do that in 2021? Or are you just making plans and moving forward for that? I look forward to you being able to be back out here again too, my darling. Kathy showing that I wasn't supposed to see 2016. Oh, that's right, Kathy. I wasn't even supposed to see 2016, and that's the year that Robert and I met. I don't think I'd ever really connected that. Yes, very fortunate, and nature is my healing place. Deborah Alderman wants to hit the road in 2021. Brenda Whitlock says no expectations, just try to be present and kind. Dewdrop in says she wants to spend time with her elderly best friend. I love that. And Susie says health and health. Vicki says that in 2021 she wants her husband's upcoming health test to come out fine. 2021, accomplish her Oregon goal and get her rig ready for the road. Caroline wants to move to Oregon, and we'll hold that vision for you. Oh, and looky here, Nomadic Weather Bear is starting his nomadic journey in March of 2021. And he's sharing that 2020 was actually good for him. And congratulations on your sobriety. And thank you for sharing that. Nana's Joy. Oh, she's saying that the best in 2020 was she got into dehydrating food and set up a pantry so she doesn't have to go out in the bad weather in Michigan. That is awesome. And yes, we missed you guys being down here this year, but we will catch up again. Right now, you're doing the right thing for you, staying safe and doing what you need to do. And everybody just needs to honor whatever is best for everybody else. So Lynn is sharing what she wants in 2021 and to have low expectations, but wants lots of hugs and face-to-face conversations. And I hope we all get that, Lynn. Pearl, my good friend Pearl, she is saying worst was the isolation. The best was retiring and buying her new house. Congratulations again, Pearl. It's a beautiful home. Val says that they found a home but still waiting on it to close. And so for 2021, we're going to hold that vision with you guys that y'all get into that house dang soon. Willow's Whispers wants to quit smoking. She quit for 6 months one time. And so she's starting fresh again. I hear you on that. Susan O, for 2021, they have a new 7-month-old granddaughter. And yes, and that's the other thing when we've got new births and illnesses and everything. We all want to be able to be with our loved ones. I just want to thank everybody for sharing what I was asking for tonight. Oh, this is really sweet of you, Debra. The FNLs have been a wonderful way to share our lives with each other. I'm just really so proud of everyone that is willing to do that. Kathy says that in 2021, she wants to be on the road. Oh, Teresa, I love how you spell that. In 2021, she wants to spend time with her kids, grandkids, and friends in person with hugs and laughter. So thank you all for answering my questions about 2020 and 2021. And I want you to know too that when people watch this later, they're going to get inspiration from you guys and know that they're not alone, and that we're all in this together. And so thank you for being open and honest and sharing from your heart. And I think that's it for tonight. I love you, and I will see you down the road, everybody. Bye.